Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever the time of the day is where you are right now. This is Security Officer Reacts, and today we're reacting to security in ASDA dealing with a shoplifter. Very brief clip, let's go into it and see how this one pans out, shall we? This one is a video by at London Court, so it probably isn't the original source of the video. If anyone does have the original source, please put it down in the comments and I will link to that one, and also let them know I've done a reaction to this video. So here we go, it's one of the shorts, so let's just press play, shall we? Here we go, one of these ones. So this is a common one for shoplifters. You'll get women go into Tesco's, ASDA's and all the like with a buggy. They won't always have a child in it. It definitely doesn't look like there's a child in this one. If it does, he's probably brain damaged now. But yeah, they just have a trolley, a kid's push pram, and they'll just hide things. They'll just hide things in it and just try and walk out the door. Now, a common tactic is they will hide things under a baby. They will literally use their child as a source to hide stolen goods under, and I think people like that are absolute scumbags. And that poor child, their future, yeah, you can imagine what their future is going to be if they got parents like this. I know times are hard, I know times are rough and all the rest of it, but seriously, you know, about sort of 10-15 years ago, I had to go on benefits for a little bit. I had to sign on, I had to look for work, I wasn't on it for long, and yeah, it is tough, it is tough. However, car was still paid for, insurance was still paid for, you know, still paid for our food, did not resort to stealing. There's no excuse for it. You know, it doesn't matter what type of, whether you're on minimum wage or whether you're on the dole. I've had some bad times in the past, I've been broke in the past, but no, at no point in that time did I resort to stealing. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse at all. You know, and she doesn't look like she's hard up either. Look at the clothes she's wearing. Does that look like somebody that can't afford to do a weekly shopping? No, she's just a thief, she's just a skank, and she's using a pram to do it. Thank God she's not using a child. Like I said, some people use children because they assume to think that people can't search, you know, the buggy, and they, oh, you can't touch my child and all that sort of thing. They try and use it as a defence thing. You can't search. You know, leave my child alone. They'll do all that sort of stuff. But they're thieves. They're caught on camera doing it. And at the very least, you're banned from the store. But this officer is literally trying to get the stock back, because I don't know what it is she's stealing. It's probably going to be high-end goods to go around to the estates to sell to all her scummy little mates on the estates, to feed her fucking drug habit probably. Again, that's just me generalising. Everyone's situation is different. But yeah, that's generally the gist of what they do. They go around, they steal all the razors, they steal all the tampons, the alcohol, although the alcohol's got tags on it now, so it's kind of hard to get that stuff off, and they literally just go around to the estates, around to their pubs and all that sort of stuff, and just sell it off cheap, you know, and then they just spend it on drugs. And that is the video. That is the video. It's a very brief one there. Yeah, a number of security guards there trying to get the stock back in. Can't see what it is, but either way, she's not having it, and she's getting kicked out of the store. Good luck, you can't come shopping here anymore. So when you do actually need to come here to do your proper shopping, guess what? You can't come here anymore. Where else am I supposed to go? Not our problem. There aren't any other shops around here. Not our problem. Don't be a thieving scumbag. You have to find another way to get food now, because of your actions, you now can't shop here anymore. But then, was she ever shopping here in the first place? Or is she just constantly coming here thieving? Because again, if it's the same person and they have an idea of who it is, they're going to have the cameras on her, because at the podiums they've got cameras of pretty much every aisle. If they've suspected that she's done it in the past but can never prove it, they'll have the camera on her every single turn she takes until they catch her doing it. And then until she walks out the door, because again, this is the thing, you can put items in your bag, you can put items in your pocket, you know, you can look like you're actually stealing, but no offence has been committed until you go past every point of sale and attempt to walk out the door. Because when you get to the till, you can pull all the things out your pocket. You can pull all the things out your bag. You can pull all the things out your trolley and your buggy and all the rest of it, and you pay for it. No crime has been committed. People seem to think that if you're down an aisle, you take something off the shelf, you put it in your pocket, you've stolen. You haven't, because you're still on the property. You're still in the store. It's only when you leave this point here that a crime has been committed, and they can act. So she's obviously halfway out the door. They've jumped on her. They're probably clearly aware that she's been thieving. Whether they've got intel on the fact that she's done it before, or they just caught her just by watching the videos, and she's gone past every point of sale. Because there is a thing called ASDA. It's an abbreviation. I'll put the text up on the screen there, and that's what security kind of have to follow in order to ensure that they got the right to reject somebody for shoplifting. Because if you mistakenly accuse somebody of shoplifting and they're completely innocent, they can actually sue the store and make a lot of money. So ASDA is one of the things that security have to follow in order to ensure that somebody's shoplifting. Because it's all well and good you see them putting something in their pocket, but if they go around a blind spot where there's no camera, you don't know if they've taken it out and put it back on the shelf again. So you have to have visual, you have to be able to see them visually on camera or with line of sight the entire time when you suspect them of stealing something. But yeah, I'm rambling now, but there we go, that is the video. So yep, please give them a like, give them a subscribe. If anyone has the original source footage, let me know. What are your opinions? Please put them down in the comments, and give the channel a like and a subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Security.